Okay, here's the Audacity website. This is the link that'll take you directly there. You can see Audacity is a free open source cross-platform audio software. When I first came up with the idea of doing Audacity, it was based on one of the links that Dr. Park provided for us, and I was wondering if it truly was a Web 2.0 tool. However, I have discovered that it is very much so, and I will point out the reasons why. First of all, it is developed by a group of volunteers as open source. You can get involved as a user, where you join the community. You can see the Audacity forum here, or to let them know what kind of bugs that you find or test the latest versions. Another thing under Get Involved is developers, because this is a group of people who got together to do this. So they have a developer mailing list, and they also have the Audacity source code, and they talk about all the things that people need to know if they are going to be contributing to this page, this software. And finally, translators. Looks like they already have a few languages translated. I think it's French, Spanish, German, and I can't think of the last one, Russian, I believe. So they're looking for more translators, and it's even nice because the forum has an international thing. So given how collaborative it is, that is making it very much a Web 2.0 tool. Under the Contact tab, you have a mailing lists, and it's very interesting here. I teach visually impaired users at the Florida School for Deaf and Blind, and look at that, they have an Audacity for Blind mailing list. This is the software used in our digital audio course. I'm also going to be using it in my digital multimedia course for sound recording. And some say it's more accessible than GarageBand. But anyways, here are some of the mailing lists that you can be a part of. If you are just your average person using it, you want to use the forum. Before we leave here, I want to show you that under this Contact tab, you can also see advertising and monetization opportunities. They make it very clear that they do not accept any advertising. This is all done by volunteers, and they want to keep it in the control of the people, not some private company. So they don't allow any of that, which I really enjoy. So let's take a look under the users submenu at the Audacity wiki page first. This has tips and tricks and all kinds of stuff that you can use, tutorials. It has the manual, other resources. So you can just get an idea here, what's available. And so this is important. You will see that there is a link in the Audacity program. Okay, we're going to go back here, and now we're going to take a look at the Audacity forum. This is where, as a user, you would want to consult, and as an educator in particular. Okay, you can see the international forum there. You might notice on this page that they have Audacity in education. Audiobook production, another thing that can be used in school. Making music with Audacity if you're a music teacher. And podcasting with Audacity, which could work for almost any class, depending on the subject. And here's just a few more programming types of things. And you can look in the forum archive for old things. Let's go back and take a look at Audacity in education. Okay, so let's look here. You have Audacity as a language tool. I was formerly a French and Spanish teacher, and I see how Audacity would have been very useful. In the age before we had lots of online books, I was sending MP3 files to my students, and they had to respond. So it's a great way. If it's short enough, you can send it over email. There is also something on PowerPoint with Audacity. That works extremely well. PowerPoint does have its own narration capability. However, I don't think it's as good as the one in Camtasia. So that's something you want to consider. MP3 files would be accepted in PowerPoint. Audacity as a learning aid. Okay, that's just general. And then recording an interview. This could be good in a history class. And then classroom podcast help. File conversion. Okay, so classroom podcast is a great way for students to take responsibility, discuss what they learned in class. So I hope this gave you a good idea for how Audacity works and why this is a great Web 2.0 tool. Now let's take a look at the Audacity program itself. When you first open Audacity, you're going to see this dialog box pop up. You have direct links to online help, the manual, the forum, and the wiki page for tips and tricks and tutorials and such. Just press OK. Okay, now let's take a look at the Audacity platform. In the upper right-hand corner, you can see a playback menu. This should show green and perhaps a little yellow when you're recording, but you don't want to see red. Just to the left of that, you see the microphone. And below that, another microphone and mini playback menu. And this is where you would adjust your microphone. Next to that, there's the edit button, copy, paste. These two are for trimming. There's an undo button, redo button, and over here these are for zooming in and out. And on the far right you see another play button with a blue dot in the line. That represents the playback speed. Now let's move over here to the transport toolbar. You can see the pause button, play button, stop button, jump to beginning button, jump to end button, and the record button. Next to record on the upper level, that I is the selector tool. Next to that is the envelope, which has to do with adjusting the audio throughout your project. Next to that is the drawing tool, which is really for more advanced users. And below the selector tool is a magnifier. And then next to that lets you move your selection to anywhere on your track. And next to that is the multi-select toolbar. Tool. And this tool you can do kind of a combination of all of the above. Let's take a look at the microphone. You can see that I have a codec microphone. If I did not have this plugged in, then, and I click the drop-down menu, you see there's a couple of other options. These really are just this is the microphone that comes with the computer. Okay, so this is for my input. Now, whatever you choose here, this will be chosen here over on the left. And if something doesn't sound right, you can try another one of these. But since I already have a codec microphone, MME was what was chosen for me. And also over here, you have 2 stereo recording channels with my microphone. Some microphones only have a mono recording channel. So you'll notice these changing if you change your mic. Okay, and over here we have the speakers and headphones. This is really just for the output. Okay, now let's look here at the bottom. Here's the project rate. 44/100 is pretty common, pretty standard. This section here is to show the beginning and end of a selection. And this over here shows exactly where you are. And then finally here stopped because nothing is happening at the moment. So let us create a recording. Hi, my name is Kathy, and I'm sharing a recording with you to teach you how to use Audacity. Okay, so that shows you it was all in the green, so that means I'm pretty good. You notice there's a few pauses there. There was one pause here. I'm going to put the thing here to here. That's kind of extra, so I'm just going to select that, press the delete key. You probably also notice that I left a space in the beginning, and it's a good idea to do that because we're going to learn how to get rid of our ambient noise. So the selection tool is still selected. I'm going to come here. I'm going to select from here to here, probably there. And then I am going to do Effect, Noise Reduction, Get Noise Profile. All right, and now I'm going to click anywhere in here and I'm going to do Control A, which is a Windows command. That means select all. I'm going to go back under Effect, and I'm going to go to Noise Reduction again. And this time I am going to press OK. We already have our noise profile. I go back to Effect, and then I am going to click on Normalize. So what that has done, it has removed the background audio. So it should be a little bit clearer. Okay, I'm just going to click Control A once again. And then we're going to go to Effect, Filter Curve, Manage, Factory Presets, and we're going to choose a Bass Boost. And see what happens to the line. This little thing here is an audio point, so I'm just going to drag it down a little. I'm not sure if you have to. You'd probably want to listen to it, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to show you how it can be done. Once you check it, then you click on OK. Everything is still selected, so I'm going back into Effect, and I am going to do Normalize, and just press OK. Let's see if there's any difference.
Hi, my name is Kathy, and I'm sharing a recording with you to teach you how to use Audacity.
Okay, so there you have it in Audacity. I'm just going to show you one more thing. When you're finished making your edits, you want to select one more time, and we are going to go under Effect, Compressor, and press OK. And finally, after every change you make, you're going to go back and do Effect, Normalize, OK. And there you go.